What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, aka That Cadillac Guy, coming to you as always from the Ratty Garage with another crazy story. And as promised, today's crazy story is the time I took acid and went to work. So here we go. This was again at my very first job at this fast food place that I worked for, and I was probably 16 or 17. And so for whatever reason, I thought it'd be a good idea. I had this hit of acid, like I'm gonna take this and go to work. So that particular shift, I worked like from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It was a short shift. You just go in and help get through the rush and you're out of there. So I thought, okay, that'd be a cool time to try this. So I'd done acid a few times before, and maybe I'd watched too many movies, or I just didn't have the experience I saw these other people having. Like you're seeing colors and just tripping and all this stuff. Like that never really happened. I guess maybe I had bad product or whatever. But you would feel a little. I don't know what the word is. You would feel a little hyped up, and sometimes you could move your hands and see like tracers, what we call tracers. But that was about the extent of it. I never got what I thought I was going to get yet. So I thought, well, I'm going to go to work, and then about an hour, maybe an hour and a half into my shift, I'll take it. So that way, if it kicks in or anything, it'll be time for me to go, and like it won't be too crazy. So I get to work, and it's all normal. It's actually pretty slow. This acid's burning a hole in my pocket. So about 5:30, I was like, man, I'm going to drop this acid. It's like what they call a microdot. It's just like a little tiny, tiny pill. Put it on my tongue. And I was like, okay, dude. And one other person, one girl knew that I had done this. So, it's just a normal shift, and I don't really feel anything. And I would say probably about an hour later, I started to feel maybe not quite an hour, but I started to feel what I had felt in the past, like a little, I don't know what the word is, kind of amped up, and it was just a little different. I could feel it starting to work. It's like, okay, everything's cool, just maintain. It was right about that time, my boss came up and said, hey, I just got a call. There's a busload of folks coming in. So there's gonna be like 20 people, so we need to like get ready to get these people. I was like, oh, great. So I was on the grill, and this grill was like a big flat grill. It was a circular thing that went in a circle, and a hood came over it. So you would only see like half of it, and then the other half would be behind, just it would go around. So he's like, okay, Chris, you throw a bunch of burgers on. I'm gonna drop a bunch of fries, and we'll get ready, so when they come, we'll just knock it out. And I was like, okay. So everything was pretty normal, and I was, maintaining. So I grabbed my first patty and threw it on this hot grill, and it was like, I can't explain it. Like, I felt that sound all throughout my body. It was like electric. It was just like, when you put meat or something on a hot pan, that sizzle sound. But it like, it encompassed me. I was just like, and so I had to put I put another patty down because he wanted me to, get going. So I'm sitting there throwing patties on this grill, and I am just at one with this electric feeling. It was like, and I was just feeling it, man. I was just putting it on there. And then the next thing I know, my boss was like, Chris. And I was like, man, what? And I looked down, and I had filled up the whole thing. Like there were like, you could fit like 3 burgers width-wise. The whole thing. He was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I thought you wanted me. He was like, I didn't want you to drop 50 burgers. I was like, oh man. So I was kind of freaking out because I was like, I was like lost. Like I didn't even realize what was going on. But that kind of snapped me back. It's like, oh yeah. And he was like, dude. But then everything was just, all my senses were just heightened greatly. And not only that, things started changing. Like this acid started working like I anticipated it would in the past and never had. Like things like the walls were kind of vibrating a little bit, and people that were coming in. And by this time, there was people flooding in from this bus, and like they were kind of distorted. And I was like, okay, dude, like I'm freaking out a little bit. I was like, hey man, I gotta go to the restroom real quick. He's like, okay. So I left in the restaurant, the bathroom. There was no employee bathroom. It was just like the bathroom in the place. So I go in the bathroom and I'm like, dude, man, pull it together. I'm splashing water in my face and like, you're tripping. Calm down. I was trying to get myself talk, into being mellow. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, okay, dude, like, let's pull it together. And then I just got lost in this mirror. Like I was just standing there staring at this mirror, and off I went to, I was just tripping. I was just staring at this mirror and I was just gone. I don't even know. I was just tripping. Like it was bizarre. And again, the next thing I know is this pounding on the door. It's like, there's this dude I work with. He's like, Chris, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, dude, yeah. He's like, you've been in there forever. And I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling too well. I'm coming out. Well, I had been in there for like 45 minutes. And customers were going up like, yeah, I'm trying to go to the bathroom. There's somebody in there. I had lost all sense of direction and time. I mean, I was just like, and this was, I mean, I don't know. I'd been there it was probably like 7:30. And I mean, like 2 hours went by that I couldn't really account for. I was just like, oh, dude. So I'm trying to get it together. I'm pulling it together, and I go back out there, and my boss is like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, I just don't feel right. I don't feel too good. And he's like, well, it's slowing down. You were supposed to get off at 9 anyway. It was like 8 o'clock by then. He's like, you can just go ahead and bounce if you want to. I was like, okay. So I'm like, oh my God, get me out of here. So then I'm thinking, I cannot drive home. I'm like tripping. Like I can't drive home. So I go out and I just sit in my car and put some music on. And once again, I just get like lost. Like I'm just, I don't know what's going on. Like I'm in another plane. I'm tripping. And again, all sense of space and time, I don't have any idea of what it is. So it was again about that time, that girl, the one girl who knew what was going on, she had got off and came off and saw me sitting there. She was like, dude. And I was like, oh, yeah. She's like, dude. She's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, man. I said, I was just tripping. I said, I think I'm feeling better now. I was starting to come down a little bit, and I was feeling a little like I could handle it. And she said, dude, you lost it in there. She said, you were tripping. I was like, I know. She said, you filled the whole thing up the grill. I was like, I know. I said, I couldn't get rid of the sound. And she said that like when somebody dropped a batch of fries, you know how if you drop a big batch of fries in a thing of hot grease? She said I was just like in tune with it. She said it was just bizarre. And then I got stuck in the bathroom. She was like, bro. So anyway, I felt confident enough to drive home. And I was being really super careful. But the thing is, when you take acid, it lasts forever. Maybe not that peak experience, but it lasts a long time. So I'm driving home and like tail lights are looking weird and lights coming toward me. It was just like, dude, just get home. Just get yourself home. So I made it home, and again, I could maintain, but I was still having little bits of stuff going on. And then I came in, I went to my room, and I was like, dude, that was crazy. That was so stupid. I'm never doing that again. And I was getting ready for bed. It was, I don't know, 10 o'clock, whatever it was. I was like, I'm out. I'm going to try to lay down. I took my shirt off. And apparently there was like a lot of static electricity. It was like the 4th of July. It was like it freaked me out. I was like, oh my God, dude. It was just bizarre. Like, I can't really explain it. I don't have any interest in experiencing that again. I guess I kind of got what I was looking for, but the environment was not the best, to say the least. So I ended up just laying in my bed, and I put some records on or whatever, and just, oh no. I put on Led Zeppelin 2, put the headphones on, and you old school people know that thing was like send music back and forth, and I was just like, oh my God, dude. But I did it. I survived it. It was super stupid. Like, some of the things that I did that I look back on, I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? But anyway, that's the time I took acid and went to work. And pretty crazy story. I think you'll agree. So anyway, I was trying to think of what my next crazy story will be, and I think it's going to be the time I almost got kicked out, or I was probably going to get kicked out of junior high school for something crazy me and another guy did. But we were able to get out of it, and the way we did it, you just have to hear the story. It's just like, you think this acid story is dumb. It's like, dude. So it's going to be the time I thought I was going to get kicked out of junior high school. So that'll be my next story. But anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the little bell that tells you when I do a new video. Do all that stuff, and so we can get this. I can keep this channel going here. But as always, in the meantime, never drive faster than your angels can fly. I'm out.